Hello, friends. Today we're going to talk about the history of the MacArthur, who was General Douglas MacArthur. What is the history behind the making of the MacArthur? And what makes it special? General Douglas MacArthur was an American general. He was born in 1880 and died in 1964. He served in World War I, World War II, and the Korean War. He was famous for his military career, and he was also famous for his wife, Shaung MacArthur. She was a very stylish woman, and she always wore elegant clothes and carried a small black handbag. This handbag became very famous, and people started calling it the MacArthur. In 1942, Mrs. MacArthur was visiting Manila when she met a Japanese diplomat named Kishisaburo Omi. Omi was a friend of her husband S, and he had asked for her help in securing some silk for his wife who was expecting a baby. At that time, silk was very hard to find because most of the silk factories were producing silk for the military. So Mrs. MacArthur went to see a friend of hers who owned a small silk factory. She asked if she could buy some silk from her, and the answer was no. The silk factory owner told her that she could impossibly sell her any silk because it was all being used for military uniforms. But she did have a few bolts of a very fine quality silk that she had saved for her own personal use. She offered these to Mrs. MacArthur, who accepted them gratefully. When Mrs. MacArthur returned to the United States, she took the silk with her and had it made into a dress for herself and a coat for her daughter. The dress was black and the coat was navy blue. Both were made with very fine silk. People noticed the beautiful fabric and asked where she had gotten it, and she told them about the silk factory owner in Manila. Soon everyone wanted a piece of the fine fabric, and Mrs. MacArthur started getting requests from all over the country. She started getting more silk shipped over from the Philippines and had it made into dresses, coats, and handbags. The handbags were small and elegant, and they became very popular among the rich and famous. At that time, women were not allowed to carry large purses because it was considered improper. They could only carry small handbags that could be tucked under their arm. This is why the MacArthur is so small. It was designed to be carried under the arm and not over the shoulder. Also, the bag had to be elegant and sophisticated because it was made out of fine silk. This is why the MacArthur is so well made and has such a sophisticated look. The MacArthur became very popular during World War II and the Korean War because women wanted to show their patriotism. They would wear the MacArthur handbags and dresses made out of the same silk that was being used to make the military uniforms. This showed their support for the troops, and it also showed that they were making sacrifices, just like the men were making sacrifices. Today, the MacArthur is still being produced and sold around the world. It is a classic bag that never goes out of style. It is made out of high-quality leather and suede, and it comes in a variety of colors. You can find the MacArthur in small boutiques and also online. Now let's answer the question, what makes the MacArthur special? The MacArthur is special because it was designed by one of the most famous first ladies in history. It is also special because it was made out of the same silk that was being used to make military uniforms during World War II and the Korean War. And finally, it is special because it is a classic piece of American history. The MacArthur is a reminder of a time when women were making sacrifices just like men. It is a reminder of a time when America was at war and the people were doing everything they could to support the troops. Thank you for watching this video about the history of the MacArthur. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe.